Hi, kindergarten scholars. This is Miss M again coming to you with another math video to help you with some of your packet assignments. If you've been joining us on Zoom, then you know we have been talking about finding one more, finding one less, fewer, same, all of those things that we did in school. This lesson, if you've been on Zoom, will look familiar to you because we did it together as a class. But if you haven't seen it because you have not been able to get on Zoom, you can watch this so you know what we've been doing, and hopefully it will help you with some of your packet assignments because I know that this topic is tricky for a lot of us. So our LEQ for this lesson was, how can we compare and identify groups of objects that have one more? And our objective for the lesson is, I can compare and identify groups of objects to determine which has one more. So let's look at the vocabulary that we'll see in this lesson. So when we're comparing sets of objects and we want to know how many are in each set, we're going to compare using these words in this lesson. So we have the word more, the word after, and the word right. And I don't mean writing like a pencil. I mean like my right hand pointing to the right, so the direction. So let's talk about more. When we're looking at a number line, when we want to know which one is more, we're looking at a specific number, and we'll look to the one right after to see which one is one more than the number we're looking at. So here's our number line. We're going to look at the number 8. So here's our number 8. This is the number we're looking at. Now our job is to determine which number on the number line is one more than 8. So if the number is going to be one more than 8, it means it needs to come after the number 8 or to the right of the number 8. So here's my word, after is over here on this side. So this is the right side of the number line. So if I know one more than 8 has to be on this side, I know it needs to be 9 or 10, not anything over here because these numbers come before 8. So when we want to know which one is one more or one less of a number, we're only going to look at the two numbers that are right next to it to help us determine which one is the correct answer. So the two numbers next to 8 are 7 and 9. So these come right before, 7 comes before, and 9 comes after 8. In order for us to figure out which one is more, it needs to come after or to the right of the number 8. So again, our numbers were 7 and 9. And I know if it needs to come after or to the right, one more than 8 is going to be 9. So let's try one again. So here's our number line. So when we're looking at a number that's going to pop up, we're going to look at the number that comes right before and the number that comes right after that number. So we're going to look at the number 4 now. So we need to know which one comes right before and which one comes right after. So before means it'll come to the left, after is to the right. So 3 is 1 less than 4, it's right here, and 5 comes right after 4, which tells me that 5 is 1 more than 4. And here's our fun little sentence frame that we had been using. It says, 5 is 1 more than 4. I know this because 5 comes after 4. Let's do another one. So here's our number line. We want to look at the number 9. So here's 9. And just like before, we want the number that's right before and right after to help us determine which number will be one more. So we have the number 8 and we have the number 10. So after means it'll be on this side to the right of the number 9. Before means it'll be on this side or to the left of the number 9. So if I want the number that's one more, it needs to be on the right of the number, which tells me that it's going to be number 10. And let's put that in our sentence frame. 10 is 1 more than 9. I know this because 10 comes after 9. And again, just to show you, 10 is over here, 9 is here. 10 is right after the number 9. It's 1 more than 9. Let's try again. Here's our number line. We want to know what number is 1 more than 3. Right? So here's our number 3. That's the number we're looking at. And we know that we have to look at the two numbers, or the one number that comes right before and the one number that comes right after this 3. And I can tell just by looking, the number that comes right before, so right next to it on the left side of the 3, is a 2. And the number that comes right after it, or on the right side of the number 3, is 4. So after or to the right means it will be 1 more, which tells me that it's going to be the number 4. Here's another number line. This one I'm going to challenge you. We know that if we're looking for 1 more of a number, we're looking to the right, or what number comes after. But if we want to know what number is 1 less than 3, we need to look to the left, or the number that comes right before the number 3. So here's our number 3. And we know when we were doing this one right up top here, it was the number 2 and the number 4. So before the number 3 will be on this side. After the number 3 will be on this side. If I want the number that's 1 less than 3, I know it needs to come before or to the left of the number, which means it will be number 2. Now let's put these in our sentence frames. We'll do the top one first. We said 4 is 1 more than 3. I know this because 4 comes after 3. And now for this one, let's put this into our sentence frame. This sentence frame is a little different because we were looking for the number that was 1 less. That was our challenge. So we said 2, right here, 2 is 1 less than 3. I know this because 2 comes before 3. So let's try it with groups now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow cars. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 purple cars. We want to know which of these groups has 1 more than our group of green cars. So we're looking at the number 5. So we know that if we're looking at the number 5, we're looking at the number that comes right before, so the number 4, and the number that comes right after, so number 6. And we said if it's 1 more, it will be on this side of the number line, and if it's less, it'll be on this side of the number line. So I know that looking, here's 5, the number that comes right after, so on this side, is the number 6. So 6 is 1 more than 5. I know this because 6 comes after 5. Let's do one more with groups. Here's our number line. I have 1, 2, 3 soccer balls, 1, 2 basketballs, and 1, 2, 3, 4 baseballs. We want to know which of these two numbers, 2 or 4, is 1 more than our group of 3 soccer balls. So here's our number 3, and we're looking at the number 2 and the number 4. And we said the number that will be 1 more than 3 will come after 3, so on this side of the number line. So I can tell by looking that on this side to the right is the number 4, which tells me that 4 is 1 more than 3. I know this because 4 comes after 3. And let's do a word problem together. The word problem says, David is having a party. He is asking his 2 friends, Maggie and Harry, to each bring food. David is bringing 8 sodas. Maggie is bringing 7 bags of chips, and Harry is bringing 9 sandwiches. Which friend brought one more food item to the party than David? So let's look at our number line. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sodas. And we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 bags of chips. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 sandwiches. So we want to know which friend, Maggie or Harry, brought one more thing to the party than David. David brought 8 sodas, so we're looking at the number 8. And the two numbers that come right before is 7, so the 7 bags of chips. And the number that comes right after is the number 9. Remember, we said if it's one more, then it needs to be on this side of the number line. It needs to come after the number or to the right of the number. And since we're looking at the number 8, the number that comes right after on this side, or is one more, is the number 9. So I know that Harry brought one more food item to the party than David. All right, scholars, I hope this lesson helps you determine on your worksheets finding one more of something in a group or finding one more on a number line. I hope this helps a ton, and I'll see you guys in the next math video. Bye.